Right, legends, welcome back to another video. Something a little different this week. We're here in the glorious Dovestones in the Peak District, and we're on a wild camp. We're doing a 6-mile loop and a wild camp, but I'm splitting the videos into two, so you're now watching the wild camping video. So I'm going to show you a couple of things on the way up, but it's all going to be about the wild camp, so you'll be seeing us up there somewhere on the tops for a wild camp. Me and DA outdoors, having the crack, drinking brews, beers and eating good food, and just generally having a great time and refreshing and recharging these mental health batteries. So join us for this wild camp, legends. Windy bastard! Oh, we're going down to these rocks, see if there's anywhere we can get out the wind for a bit. Legends, it's a bit windy and rainy, so we dropped down off the tops, found this spot here. It's not out the wind completely, but it's a lot better than it is up there. So the outdoors and myself, we're going to pitch up here for night, and there's rocks here and stuff we can get out the wind and have a sit off, but it's just drizzling at the minute, so let's get the tent up. There's wigwam set up. Got to manage to get a slightly out the wind spot, but it's not completely out the wind. But got the wigwams up. It started raining, so we've been tent bound for about 15 or 20 minutes, but it's eased off a little now, so we're going to go and find somewhere, have a little sit down, have a Scotch egg and a pint. So we're going to have a look around these rocks, see if we can find a spot. Woo. Not a bad spot, is it? Yeah. Not a bad spot. We're going to get in here and just have a sit down and have a chat. But the view's alright. Alright, legends. So, we're having a wild camp above Dovestones. We thought we'd have a little, as we do, a little outdoorsy chat. Outdoorsy chats with DA Outdoors. So yeah, how have you been, Dave?
Good. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Brewdog Punk IPA from Faldy.
It's a modern classic.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. To all our loved ones.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice, that.
Yeah, we've got some
everything
finest
tonight.
Scotch eggs, whole egg with sausage meat with a whole grain crumb.
We've got some pork pies for later.
Pork pies for later. I've got a pasta bolognese and a chili con carne.
I've got wraps, pot noodles. We've got some pork pies to share. We've got some Emmanuel macarons.
Oh,
salty caramel.
Salty caramel. Bone apple teeth. They'll be nice.
And the usual brews.
Yeah. So
I'm beginning to wish I bought a few more of these now.
There's not been much outdoors action, has there been going on?
Not really. No, we kind of like, after the West Island Way, we kind of like had a turn of crap weather, didn't we?
Yeah. I think it's because I basically told God that as long as he let it be sunny for a week while we were on the West Island Way, it could rain the rest of May, and then it did, proceeded to. So that was probably my fault, but yeah, we had a break from the West Island Way. I think this is the first walk I've been on, but you've been out a couple of times, haven't you? Hiking, and you had a wild camp.
I did, yeah. It was a last minute decision to go up to the Forest of Bowland, which is only, as I say, from leaving the house to pitching the tents about an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm lucky, really. I'm lucky I've got that on my doorstep. So
gives you that midweek wild camp option, doesn't it?
In the summer it's great because I can be, I can leave the house at 6 o'clock, still plenty of time for the sunset, and then sunrise being 4:45.
Yeah,
you get up for that, pack away, back home for work by just after 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Start when you want, can't you?
Yeah.
I mean, this summer, I'm gonna try and do some solo wild camps in Peak District probably, because I'll be changing my shifts going on Friday, Monday. So Monday nights, I'll probably go straight from, because I finish at dinner, straight from work up to the Peak District, because it's only an hour and a half. Well, an hour and 10 minutes. So, like you say, within a couple of hours, I can be up somewhere.
So you're kind of like the Peak District to you is what the Forest of Bowland is to me.
You can be there in an hour and set up.
It's a bit more awkward for me to get to the Peak District because I've got to. Yeah.
The Peak District for you is kind of like the Lake District for me, innit? But like.
Yeah.
But it's an easier run probably, the Lake District for me, because I'm straight on the M6 and it's just one road.
Yeah.
Where to get to here, especially on a Friday, it's grim, innit?
Yeah.
The traffic going through Manchester on a Friday and like
through Manchester, round Manchester, and then
we can just make out Manchester from here, like.
Yeah. See, this wasn't too bad. This was 2 hours for me.
It was an hour and 15 minutes for me.
Yeah. So, but this is kind of the real northern top of the Peak District.
Yeah.
If I'm to get down to sort of like Ladybower and all that, I've got to go through Glossop and
it's a
ball ache.
Yeah. And then you think to yourself, I could have gone to Lakes.
but Lakes wasn't an option because it was really bad forecast.
Weather didn't look good, did it? I mean, we've had a bit of drizzle here, haven't we? It's been spitting and it is quite windy. But without the wind, obviously, in our little cubby hole here, this is quality. But just want to get out for the camp, innit?
Did,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been too long since the West Island Lake. Well, it's 2 months, isn't it? Now?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like 2 months, does it?
Oh.
A lot's changed, a lot's happened. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I've got a lot going on at the minute. I've changed jobs. I'll soon be I have changed shifts and I'll be changing shifts again soon, going on like a permanent weekend shift, which will be Friday through till Monday. The advantage being I finish at dinner time every day. But I get 3 days off in the week, so swings and roundabouts really.
Yeah.
But it was an offer I couldn't turn down.
No.
So it was one of those.
So you've got to look after number one, haven't you?
Yeah, buying a new house. You buy a big 4-bedroom bastard house, you pay for it, don't you? So, yeah, jam butties and that I think are coming. So, yeah, that weekend shifts, you know, there's disadvantages and there's advantages to it. The disadvantage is, obviously, your social life will, take a hit. But the advantage to that is you save a lot of money because you're not drinking, you're not going out. And like, if I want to go for a wild camp Monday night, I'm going to have the Peak District and the Lake District to myself.
Hell, yeah.
So there is swings and roundabouts and plus and minuses, isn't there?
There is.
So we're planning on a couple of Forest of Bowland midweekers
before the summer's out. Yeah.
We've missed the summer solstice by a week, haven't we?
I mean, you're looking at 9:40 tonight is sunset, so it's still late.
Yeah, so we'll get plenty of as long as this drizzle fires off.
Yeah,
we'll get plenty of time to sit out and have a good yarn and a chit chat.
I suppose if it doesn't, unfortunately, the tents are that close together. We can
that thin.
We can hear each other pretty good. So
we can hear each other fart and breathe.
Yeah.
So it'll be no problem to sit in the tents and chat. But make some food. And just have a I just don't know. Do you know what? I sat there last night. I was having a can, and I was watching Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
And I just thought to myself, ooh, I'll be laying my tent tomorrow. You know what I mean? I just thought. Yeah. I just like pictured myself laying the tent, just like, ooh, I'll be laying my tent tomorrow night, all like snoodled up and cosy.
I get that. You're that giddy. I start packing my bag on like the Monday afternoon.
Yeah, packed it, unpacked it, repacked it like 5 times.
Yeah,
yeah. But you've had your wild camp in the Forest of Bowland, which is on Dave's YouTube channel, DA Outdoors.
I took the plunge
and did an actual
proper vlog.
vlog where he spoke and everything.
Just to prove I have got a voice.
Yeah. You must have thought your channel was a mute one and you only spoke on this channel.
Yeah, so I don't know what made me do it. I just thought it was quiet. It's always quiet up there, and I just thought, well, let's give it a go. Because at the end of the day, I didn't have. If it was crap, I didn't have to post it, did I?
No,
and I'll tell you what put me off. What put me off was all the editing.
And it's not
but it was like when we were sat on that coach coming back from on the West Island Way, heading back to Glasgow from Fort William, and you were showing me how like you just in iMovies and you just go bang bang bang, and iMovies puts it all together,
and then it's just little bits.
Does all the, and then all you have to do is basically go in, add in anything you want. It made me realise how easy it was.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I edited like a full day's video on. I think I did the first 2 days, or at least the first day on the way back, didn't I?
So yeah. So it went down well. Obviously, I haven't got any microphone, so I was filming everything on the phone. So there's a few clips where the wind, and it'll be the same today. I'm afraid when you say I am going to do a proper vlog of today's, and it'll be the same today, probably worse, but it's a start.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it's had nearly 300 views, which is 3 times as or twice as many as what my other videos were getting. So yeah.
And it's a memory, innit? That's
exactly.
The way I look at them. They're all memories. Like you'll remember that wild camp now. Like you might have forgot about that wild camp other than making that video. You know, once you've done 100 midweek wild camps on the like. So that's the way I think about it. It's a memory, like to look back on. I'm doing something different with this video today. So this video, I normally do like a walk and wild camp video all together. I might split it into 2 days if it's a really long one. So it'll be like the walk, the night, and then that'll be part 1. And the next day will be like the morning, breakfast, and walking back will be part 2. But I've decided to bit different. I'm doing a wild camping video, which is just going to be the pitch in the tents, this bit now, chatting and stuff, and like cooking and chatting to camera myself later on. And I'm going to do like I've already filmed the walk up here, and I'm going to film obviously the walk down tomorrow and release them as 2 separate videos. Wild camp on Dovestones and the Dovestones circular, and just see how that goes, because ultimately then I get 2 full-length videos out of the same hike. Yeah. And you know, if people only want to see the walk, they get the full walk in one go. Yeah. And if they only want to see the wild camping part of things, they get to see that. So I'm gonna try that and see how that goes down. I am. How's YouTube going? So I'm officially now 800 hours off being monetised properly. So I've got the monetisation now where people can, is it like super, what's it called, super thanks you or something, right? So you can like, I think now on my YouTube channel, on my videos underneath there's like a new thing that's come up and it's like super thanks, and you can click on it and then like make a donation, so like helps with like, I don't know, petrol and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not telling people to do that, I'm just saying that's one of the options that's come up now. And then after another 800 hours of view time, I'll get the monetisation where you start getting paid, you know, for the ad views on your finger. Yeah, which
for 60p.
Yeah, well, it means nothing to me because I don't get enough views to make money from YouTube, because I think they pay per 1,000 views or more, and you know, I think my most viewed videos at like 10,000. So you know, if they were paying, you know, £1 for 1,000 views, you know, I'm not gonna retire on £9, am I? So I mean, it's never about making money making YouTube videos for me. It's about recording memories and having all your experiences to look back on in the future.
I mean, I'm on, last time I looked, I think 8 shy of 400, which blows my mind. I can't believe that 400 people, I'm not saying that 400 people watch every video, well they don't, the numbers say they don't, but
they took the time to subscribe, didn't they? So they watched.
I get regular viewers.
You get more comments than me.
But don't forget,
I've
I
noticed
always
that.
comment. So
Well, I always
if
comment.
there's 40 comments, 20 are mine.
Yeah. Well, I always comment as well, but I mean, I think you get more people regularly comment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I get like you and Gaz, and then I'll get other people who comment.
Yeah, I think it's because I do have certain channels that I religiously watch their videos, and I make a point of commenting on, and it tends to be them that comment on mine. So it's kind of a reciprocal thing, which is really nice.
Well, there is a bit of a community, and I think especially within YouTubers in the outdoors who only have, you know, a few hundred to a couple of thousand subscribers, smaller channels, they tend to sort of watch each other, don't they, and then, you know, sort of comment on each other's videos.
It's the people you meet as well. I mean, obviously yourself, and then there's Dave Hostel.
Yeah.
And then we need to get him out for a camp.
He's allergic to camping, I've heard. He said he don't like it though, doesn't he?
No, he's. We need to get. I think it's the daunting thing about he doesn't want to do it on his own. So we'll get him out for a camp.
He had a bad experience that first one, didn't he? Where he camped on a sheer rock face. That is a big plane.
Incoming.
I tell you, we got a plane going over. Looks like you could spit on it, and like it's cleared up in the distance.
I'm going to say you couldn't see Manchester when we started chatting.
And your full skyline's in view now.
Full skyline's in view now. So
I'll take a picture and put it on. But yeah, we'll get him out. We'll get the Ossel out.
We will.
Oscillate him. Get him a flat pitch. Because I remember it was his last Wainwright, wasn't it?
His last Wainwright. It's funny.
And we all wild camped out. And I mean, Binsey, where we went on the side of Binsey wasn't for wild camping. We should have stayed on top, really, shouldn't we? But for some reason, we decided it would be.
Well, I think the main thing was
out the wind or something.
There was obviously 1, 2, there was 5 of us, was there? 5 of us. So, and we wanted to try and
6 of us.
6 of us. So really, we needed to try and get somewhere where we could all pitch relatively close together, so we could have the crack. So I don't think there was enough room on quite rocky, wasn't it, at the top of Binsey? So
yeah,
I don't think there was quite enough room for all those tents.
I think if we'd have mooched about, we could have found something slightly better than what we did have. But I mean, I think I just ran down and was like, that's flat. Because my tent, you need to find something flat on, and you got a little shelf, didn't you, which was like tiny askew, but it wasn't too bad, was it?
I'm fortunate that my tent's got a much smaller footprint than yours has, so I can kind of like
squeeze it. You could have got it in here.
I'm just thinking it's a pity all these rocks are hitting. This would be perfect.
It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Do you know what? Build a little deck in here.
Yeah.
It'd be class, wouldn't it? It's some hell of a view, isn't it? That square looking out over Manchester and beyond.
It's nice. I like being in it. It's obviously a totally new area for me. So the only downside is like, if that was a Lake District, I'd tell you what hill that was on.
Yeah,
I have
just no idea where we are. I mean, I knew driving into here, I knew the roads because we have a shop, or we had a shop in Greenfields, so I knew where I was going. But I haven't walked round Dovestones before, which is pretty mad because of walking a lot, and I walked a lot around the Peak District. But I tend to go to the same places.
For anybody watching, I suppose the nearest place that probably people, unfortunately, will know, just kind of like over to the left of the camera there, behind the camera, is the start of Saddleworth Moor.
Yeah.
Which has obviously got its
dark history.
It's dark history, but so if you're wondering where we are, we're not too far from Saddleworth Moor. So, but it's nice, and these rock formations are just.
Yeah, that is the thing with
amazing,
the Peak District, the balmy, aren't they? Like the rock formations, and like up on Kinder, like especially where you go to the Woolpacks and stuff, they're crazy around there. But here, just like even the scrambles, it feels weird because that scramble we did today, I've done that scramble like 3 different ways up Kinder. They all seem dead similar. Like it's weird. But
that was a brilliant scramble today. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
I wish I hadn't have had the big pack on, and I wish my my stick was still in my bag.
Yeah.
Because it would have made it a bit easier. The big bag's so awkward, isn't it, when you're trying to get round rocks and stuff? But
Yeah.
it was good fun, wasn't it?
Good, it's good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
I bet it's a challenge when it's the water that's coming down.
Yeah, the river crossing both at the bottom and the top would have been a challenge. A challenge if it was thundering down, but even with the rain we've had the last few weeks, everything's still low in it.
Yeah, there's hardly any water in the bloody reservoirs, is there?
No.
They're not really low. Anyway, what do you reckon? Should we do a bit of pot pie testing? Scotch egg testing. Pot pie up right now. The big buggers.
It's like a cricket ball. What the hell?
Ooh. Cheers.
Cheers. Tesco's finest.
Tesco's finest, mate. I think a bit of mustard on these wouldn't go amiss. Salt and pepper. Oh. I'll get in there and show you. Ooh. Tesco's finest.
Tesco's finest. Aldi's finest.
The Peak District's finest. So yeah.
So that's about where we are, really, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll crack on. We'll wallop our scranning. Finish our beers. We're going to sit here and have a chat, put the world to rights and enjoy this view. So we'll bring you back a little bit later on for a bit of cooking and a bit of crack around the tents.
Yep. Fingers crossed this rain holds off.
Yes, stop now. Ooh. Right, legends. We jump in tent for a minute because it started raining again. Finish parent tent and then have a little hour mooch on socials, have a yarn with Dave, and then contemplate making a brew and some tea. Because what time are we on, Dave?
7:30.
7, so an hour, 8:30. Think about getting some warmth in the belly. So yeah, we'll crack on with this. I'll bring you back in a bit. Woo! Right, it's time to make a brew, legends, because for the 4th of July, happy 4th of July to any American legends watching. Oh, but supposedly the middle of summer, absolutely freezing. 8 o'clock, I'm in bloody bag and I'm making a coffee because it's freezing. So let's get this coffee whipped up, see if we can warm ourselves up, lad. What are we on, Dave?
We're on Mrs. Crimble's
Mrs. Crimble's
6 caramel macarons.
Caramel macarons in my caramel latte. Let's give these a go. Ooh. Cheer me up no end there.
Very nice.
Very nice. Let's save one of them for after me tea. Something sweet. So, 8 o'clock and it wigwams. Bloody rain's on and off and it's freezing.
At least we can talk and be heard.
That is the thing. At least we can have a chit chat, can't we, through the canvas. Yeah. But yeah, cheers.
Well, the missus isn't happy.
Woo! Stop raining, so we're going to get out
And have a mooch.
and have a mooch. Cut about the place. Have a mooch about, cut about the place, like. See what's going on. Wind is like still about, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's go and show you where we are camping tonight, like. Yeah, leg ends. So this is the old wild camping spot. There's the wigwam bams. The wigwam's in all the glory, but it's on and off drizzle, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's just
When it stops.
Stop drizzling for a bit. So we're going to cut about the place. We're going to go for
Our Scottish brethren.
we're going to have a wee mooch up to the top of those rocks and have a look if we can find some decent viewage before it goes dark. Once it goes dark, I'm rocking the pasta in the tent. I'm going to have a pasta. But we'll have a mooch up here and we'll show you the views from the top. It's a bit windy. Gusts up here tonight. It's pretty well sheltered now though. Let's get behind these rocks. Woohoo! Just come round these rocks, sheltered from the wind. It's blowing a hoolie. Tents are in a nice bit of shelter down there. It's alright that. You can see them getting big gusts, but they'd be getting blown off the side of this if they were up here. Hey, this you could get your tent in here. Yeah. Oh my god. Just saying then, very disappointed. Up here where we are right now, there's a lot of rubbish.
Literally every little you look at, there's something pushing.
Bottles of water, tissues. Someone's had a barbecue here. There's a bottle of Lucozade there. It's disappointing, man. Just take your own shit home. Leave no trace, it's not hard. But the people who watch these videos aren't the people who are leaving this mess. Can guarantee that. But we're going to chill out here, check the views out, and have a minute before we ended up back in the tent and cooking tea. So we'll bring you back in a bit. Legends. That's what I mean. It's just barbecue there. Big bottle of water around there.
I only brought a small bag.
Crap there. Bottle of pop there. Bottle of Lucozade there. Tissues.
Can of Coke.
Copperberg there. Dr Pepper here. Crisp packet of something there. Another Copperberg there. Bloody sandwiches there. Whole place is just strewn with rubbish. Now, once I've packed my crap away in the morning, we're coming past this anyway, I'll come and take some of this crap home. But you shouldn't have to take other people's shit home. People should be taking their own shit home. But, do our bit. Let's get down here. The wee tents here. Big Dave up there. Big Dave here. Wee tents there. This is a nice little sheltered spot. Could have put a tent down here. Don't know if you'll pick it up on here, but Manchester's there. Let's go and have a look up these rocks. Woohoo! Right, so we're back at tent. It is 9:10. So
9:10.
9:10.
Is that even a time?
It isn't a time. It's 9:10. It's. Do you know why I've said that? Because it's actually 9:09. So it's not 9:10. It's 9:09. We've been for a mooch up to the top, as you've seen. The footage nearly got blown off. But now it's time to knock up the fire pot. Eat well in the wild. Orzo pasta bolognese, 635 cals. This is a West Island Way meal that I never had, so we're going to rustle this up and give it a try. Oh. Kettle's boiling, ready for tea. Oh, smells bloody lovely. Let's get this going. Ooh.
Got a couple of pork pies.
I would never say no to that, Dave. A couple of pork pies. I think I might put too much water in my pasta though.
Just throw them under your tent.
Alright. Lash them under there and I'll dig them out shortly. I'll just give me pasta a stir. Oh, I think I've put fucking way too much water in this. The big wet bastard. Right, time is it? Time?
9:22.
9:22, so call it 9:20. 15 minutes. Tell you what, I'm going to leave that till 9:40. Woo! Let it rehydrate properly. Till then, we'll go and dig out these pies that Big Davo's left us. Under my tent. Yeah, we got mini pork pie starters. Bone apple teeth, them, Dave.
Good.
Mmm. Very good, very nice. There goes nothing. Let's test the pasta out. Wind's getting up. Can't get the bloody thing open. Give it a good 20 minutes as well. What's this? Rip this bit instead. Oh, it's bloody lovely. Oh, Right, I'll fire through this and I'll bring you back. Bloody hell. It's getting dicky dark. Woo! Right leg ends. That's the old Orzo pasta bolognese nailed. That was lovely. Bit of warmth in the old stomach now. Wind's getting up, getting some big gusts through. So, gonna have an hour now, chilling on my phone. Knock a few texts out, watch a bit of YouTube or something, so we'll bring you back before we go kit. Right leg ends. As you can hear, the rain is coming down now. It's about 10 to 11. Raining, windy out. So there'll be no more playing out tonight. There'll be nothing to see anyway, it's a bit cloudy. So, I'm going to try and get my head down. Not much chance of that with this wind and rain, but we'll have a go anyway. So we'll see you bright and early in the morning, legends. Sleep tight. Good morning, legends. It's now 6:12 and it is grim up north. Oh, it's grim up north. Here, I'll show you live. Oh. Horrible, drizzly, wet bugger. So, I'm going to make a quick brew in here. Have a minute, pack up inside the tent. I was just saying to Dave, I forgot my bloody waterproof pants, so I'm going to have to trek down. Got my waterproof jacket, trek down there, and then I've got to change the clothes in boot. So it'll be a change before driving back, but we'll just crack on with it. It is what it is. I think I saw every hour last night.
Yeah, I didn't have a very good sleep.
But on and off, it's just the wind blowing through, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Right, let's get this brew on. Cheers to our loved ones. Little flapjack for the morning. Right. We'll have this coffee, flapjack, and it's time to get packed up because it's got a rim out there. Not nice. So might as well just get packed up and get going. So we'll bring you back when we're packed away, ready to go. Windy, wet mornings mean one thing, and that's packing everything away from inside your tent. Oh, not the easiest thing to do, but needs a must, the leg ends.
Needs must when the devil vomits into your kettle.
That is true. It's not ideal, but it's what is required of us at this moment, isn't it? It's on your knees and pack away as best you can, and just know that you'll sort it out when you get home.
Yeah, that's the benefit of one night camping, isn't it? Just horse everything into the bag
And sort it out at a later
when you
date.
get back.
You're not sleeping in here tonight. So, oh, hey legends. This little fire pot tub thing, that and that one beer that Dave gave me is going to be all the rubbish I'm taking down. I've got this blue plastic bag. I'm going to endeavour to put whatever I can get in this blue plastic bag, and that'll be my bit towards cleaning up the Dovestones. But I have to say I'm massively disappointed with the state of some of the little seating areas up here. Just do better, mate, you know what I mean? There's no need for it. Pardon the pig. Oinker. It's the sleep system away. The sleeping system is packed, Dave.
Okay, everything's in its bag, so I'm just got to stick it in the main bag now.
Mm. Grim up north. That's us out the wigwams, and as you can see, it's still a clag fest. Minging. It's not rain, it's just that we're in the cloud. So we're going to drop down this morning to the level of the reservoirs as soon as we can. There's no point walking around the tops in there. Right, legends, that's me and your man, DA Outdoors, packed away, ready to rock and roll, leaving nothing but a bit of flat, dry grass, soon to be wet grass.
Back.
Flat and some grass in my day. Yeah, but only like
Only
this.
if it was true.
But only camping. I'll flatten some grass in my day, lads, but only camping. So, because it's as it is, they're the rocks we were stood on last night. You can barely see them. No point mucking about trying to go up there, so there's a little sheep path down this way that'll take us back down to the side of the reservoir. So we're going to crack on with that, go down, see if we drop down out of this clag, we get some views and maybe it dries up a bit. But that is it for the camp. I hope you've enjoyed the camp, the wild camp. Some nice food, some nice chat, some sleep, and although it doesn't look like it this morning, it was an absolutely cracking camping spot. So another awesome wild camp done. So don't forget, if you like this kind of thing, walking and wild camping, please subscribe, leave a comment and all that good stuff. And if you're out in the national parks, leave no trace and memories not mess, and we'll see you in the next wild camp.